Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to introduce my name. My name is Muhammad Zuhairi bin Aziz. Number matric is 14DKM 20F1036. So I want to present introduction of my case study. Title is air pollution. So pollution is defined as the environmental or air pollution problem that developing countries often face. Air pollution is a condition that involves the introduction of chemical, particle or biological substance that when released into the atmosphere can cause harm, discomfort and environmental damage to human or others living thing. Air pollution is caused by factories, stack, motor vehicle on the street. Air pollution, the emit industrial pollution fumes directly into the air. Air pollution impact include ozone depletion, smog, acid rain and global warming. Air pollution can affect the health, safety and comfort of people or properties. Next, for example, we take the issue of pollution due to motor vehicle smoke emission. Today, cars are daily necessary and the use and production of motor vehicle on road and highway is increased every year. If I were one of the engineer in the factory, I would suggest a Go Green campaign for every employer by encourage every employer to go to work, reading a public facility or riding college to reduce the number of car on the road. Content on my case study. First, classify by law and standard in engineering practice. Engineering management is a career that brings together technologies, problem solving skill in engineering or organization management, administration and planning abilities to oversee a complex from start to finish. I refer Environment Quality Acta 1974 and Acta relating to the prevention, reduction, control of pollution and improvement of the environment on for purpose connect David. The Acta provide for the prevention, reduction, control of pollution and improvement of the environment. Engineering practice is any professional service or creative work that requires engineering education and experience. In this case, the responsible parties such as engineering must play a very big role in solving the problem of air pollution caused by vehicle smoke so that it does not linger to get worse according to the Environmental Quality Acta 1974. Second, legal and regulatory obligation for public safety and protection of the environment. First, public safety. Among the example of Acta subject to this Acta are motor vehicle offences subject to this black smoke emission, pollutant gas emission, noise emissions in excess of the limit set out in the environmental quality regulation. The action imposed includes introducing a compound with a maximum value of RM2000 for each offence. Next, protection of the environment. For example, the factory was found to be without a solid waste in incineration air pollution system without DOE approval. Convention carries a jail term of up to 2 years or fine of RM100,000 or boots. Correlate data of profession, employers and society. Profession in the fulfillment of their profession, that is in the factory making hybrid vehicle to reduce vehicle smoke on the environment, so must hold paramount the safety, health and welfare of the public. The employer also play an important role in ensuring that air pollution caused by vehicle smoke can be reduced. The employer must provide tool and material to create hybrid vehicle in order to facilitate the affair of engineer and technician to produce hybrid vehicle. society must also play an important role in reduce the use of motor vehicles so that vehicles on the road can be reduced, then thus pollution caused by vehicle smoke. Work The communities can also use public transport or share a vehicle with colleagues to go to work. And line of my point, professional obligation and duties. A professional is a person conduct behavior and attitude in a work or business environment. Furthermore, it leads to workplace success, a strong professional reputation, and a high level work ethic and excellence. So the professional duty is that engineers shall be guided in all their dealing with the highest standard of honest and integrity. Second, of professional responsibility in the engineer should not be affected by conflict or interest in their professional activities. As part this commitment, engineers shall not accept any financial or others consideration, including fee engineering or equipment suppliers to identify their product.
Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syamini bin Maisir. I will present about professional bodies in engineering. First, there is many type of engineers in our country. In our study case right now, our case study right now, we talk about air quality engineers. Alright, air quality engineers, like many other type of engineers, perform a variety of tasks which fall into several categories. From my research, there is three tasks they need to do. First, modeling and understanding pollution and its sources, such as vehicle pollutants harm our health and contain greenhouse gases that cause climate change. Burning gasoline and diesel fuel creates harmful byproducts like nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, benzene, and formaldehyde. In addition, vehicles emit carbon dioxide, the most common greenhouse gases. Next, monitoring emission and compliance with applicable regulation. Laws can be said to be a powerful weapon that can curb these air pollution problems. Law for environmental protection are not only confined to public law but also include private law. The Environmental Quality Act 1974 is a translation of the love and desire of nation community to protect nature, and this act is associated with matters of preventing, eliminating, controlling pollution and repairing the environment. Number 3, designing and implementing solutions. Meeting mandated standards for air quality is only possible with the right infrastructure. Ventilation system, houses, regenerative incinerators, and many other control mechanisms are designed and maintained by air quality engineers. Plus, environmental engineers often visit industrial and municipal sites to measure the success of these pollution controls and advise on any necessary changes. Their recommendations are rooted in evaluation of scientific evidence along with application of engineering methodology and consulting of regulatory guidance. Right. Next, we talk about the Code of Professional Conduct for related engineering field in Malaysia. Regulation 33 is the Code of Professional Conduct for related engineering fields in Malaysia, or we call it BEM, as all engineers are required to use it as good engineers. We must understand the code in order to make decision when faced with problem. The code must be followed in we must follow with honesty. In order to protect environment, we must respect one another. For example, smoking in public and large scale opening are both examples of elemental disrespect. Next, we must act responsibly. As engineer, we must have qualities of irresponsible person. This is stated because we as human beings, with healthy mind, do not commit irresponsible acts and perform our duty with care. For example, find the source of air pollution and implement a solution for the community is a good idea as engineer. Next, we must adhere to ethical standards. This is because an ethical engineer does not conduct things that could harm the Earth's ecology, and every engineer must follow a code of ethics to prevent anything worse from happening. As a result, we should accept the ethics of engineering of our planet is free from natural pollutants such as air pollution by unwittingly adding to one's morals about the value of environment, particularly air.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abdul Hakim bin Zainal Abidin, 14 TKM, 20F1034. In this study case, I will explain about my part, that is a model of sustainable development. A sustainable development model, or SDM, framework that is inclusive of the whole natural environment, is presented to illustrate the integration of the sustainable development of the whole ecosystem. The ecosystem approach is an inclusive framework that covers the natural environment, relevant features and constraints, invention and innovation towards sustainability and green technology. In this day and age, various technologies are created to deal with air pollution. The overcoming idea used to deal with air pollution is the creation of electric cars and hybrid cars. The creation of electric cars and hybrid cars is an effective measure to stop some of the cause of air pollution, because electric cars vehicle, or EV, rely entirely on electric power as the main power from the battery pack to power the vehicle. After that, hybrid car vehicles that use internal combustion engine to drive an electric generator that will generate an electric motor. In addition, this measure can also reduce the rate of smoke emissions and can save fossil fuels in our country. However, the quantity of hybrid cars and electric cars is still at a low level in Malaysia, because there is no awareness of new technologies in the automotive industry, and less market as well as demand from customers. Okay, we will continue about the needs for sustainables and green engineering toward providing the solution. Okay, green engineering is the design and process of products that conserve natural resources and do not overly affect nature. This definition refers to device or system that require engineering and incorporate environmental principles. The field of environmental engineering have contributed to maintaining and improving environmental performance with: number 1, review environmental regulation. Number 2, review stormwater management practice for municipal, industrial and construction stormwater programs. And last, number 3, also establish and maintain an air quality management system that complies with air permits and air regulations and report environmental accident. Next, the most effective strategy to eliminate waste and reduce pollution is to avoid waste and pollution. In addition, it was by controlling the production of smoke from factories can also reduce the impact on the environment. Therefore, the Department of Environment mandates action on industrial premises to establish automatic air pollutant gas monitoring station, where industrial premise need to install continuous emission monitoring system, or CEMS.
Okay, lastly, for my last part is I will describe an overview of selected engineering issues and problems for sustainability, methods and implementation of related resource and ecosystem management concepts. For this, sustainable engineering is the process of building systems in such way that they use energy and resource in a way.
Alright, as a conclusion, here we can see the importance of the best management to address this problem. We as engineers need to adhere to the ethics set by BEM in order to achieve the objective of solving the problem of air pollution. In addition, our country has set a law to conduct studies and procedures for engineers to deal with problems more professionally and efficiently. Therefore, engineers have a team to carry out the task in accordance with established rules, as well as a code of ethics as professional engineers. In addition to existing invention in Malaysia, professional engineers need to study the shortcomings of invention
first to be repaired and renewed according to the code of ethics, so that the pollution has a good impact on society and the country. That's all from us. Thank you.